Aloha all and welcome back to Let's Play N plus Q&A. I'm Paper Mario Guy, and in the last episode we were answering some questions, like we've been doing the whole project. But last episode we ended off answering questions from Neverhood Fan 9000, and he has a lot of negative questions, all my least favorite things. But you know, I'm still gonna answer them. So, question number 3 from him is, what is your least favorite food? And if I had to give a least favorite food, there are so many that I am not a fan of. I'm such a picky eater. But if I had to give one least favorite food that I could just do without ever eating ever again, you know, and this is foods that I've tried, I think I could go my entire life without eating like any broccoli ever. Like, I just don't, I don't know, I just hate broccoli. Like, the texture is just weird, and it's just, I don't know, I don't like broccoli at all. So, definitely not broccoli. Broccoli is probably one of my least favorite. So, yeah. He also asked, what's your least favorite thing about school? And my least favorite thing about school is probably my favorite thing, and that's the people in school. You know, there's a lot of awesome people in there, and I feel like a lot of people, especially in the internet community, hate school because they hate the people in it, and a lot of times it's blind rage, and I'm a pretty, like, easy to know guy. Like, I make friends pretty easily, and I like to see the positives in people. And yeah, there's a lot of stupid people, but, you know, just because you're stupid doesn't mean that I shouldn't talk to you. And, you know, in the same respect, there's a lot of people who are so stupid that, you know, I just can't talk to them. But, you know, my least favorite thing might be people, because there are truly are some stupid people in school. But if I had to say anything, you know, if I had to give, like, what my least favorite thing about school is just how flawed the whole system is. And, you know, I don't like the fact that a lot of schools try to mold you into the people that, you know, the school wants you to be. And I feel like a lot of schools, especially prep schools and, you know, religious schools, they kind of strip you a little bit of your personality, and I'm not a big fan of that. But just the grading system too in schools, I mean, there's so much to not like about school, which is why I completely understand when people bitch about school. You know, grading system is probably one of the worst, though. I hate the grading system because it's one of those things where in my freshman year, you know, 9th grade, there was not a single test outside of one German test that I took that I got lower than an 85 on. So that means that for 4 marking periods, you know, 2 semesters, however you want to put it, the full year, I got over an 85 on every single solitary test I took in my honors science class, my math class, my English and my history, my business class that I was taking. Like, I did not get lower than an 85 on any test that I took. And because I decided that I was a lazy fuck and didn't do a lot of my homework, that wound up bogging a lot of my grades down far lower than they should have been. It's just, you know, the way that homework impacts your grade, and, you know, how certain things have certain holds over your grade when they shouldn't. You know, if I get a 90 on a test, you know, 4 times throughout 1/4 of the year, and, you know, if I get a 90 on a test, four tests in 1/4 of a year, and I wind up ending the marking period with an 81 because of lack of homework, or a 78, like, that's ridiculous. I obviously know the information that's being taught in the class, and that's what I should be graded on, not my work ethic. I mean, obviously, there's some flaws in my logic, but it should be more heavily based on tests and quizzes, and it's not, because you could bomb every test and quiz that you take, and as long as you do your homework, at least in my school and my grading system, you can still get a C, and I think that's ridiculous. So that's my least favorite thing about school. But I'm gonna stop ranting on this because, again, I could rant about school all the time. I mean, just look at my Mario Tennis LP. But Neverhood fan 9000's next thing is, what's your favorite thing about LPing? And I think my favorite thing about LPing is whenever I can get a response out of you guys from something I talked about in my video. When I talk about like a topic or something like that, or say anything that engages my audience and I get a decent response from it, that makes me happy, and I think that's the most gratifying part about LPing. And I also like, the excitement of, as a fan, I like the excitement of finding out what a new LP is going to be. I don't really like being spoiled with that, so, for both ends of the spectrum. The next questions come from SportsGuy528, and he actually has some sports questions, go figure. Question number 1 is, when did you start wrestling? And I started wrestling only in 8th grade, so 2008. I guess. Yeah, 2008 is when I started wrestling. So I'm going into, technically, I guess it's my 4th year of wrestling, because I wrestled in 8th grade, 9th grade, and 10th grade, and I'm now going into my 11th or junior year of wrestling. So this would be my 4th year, so that's when I started, back in 2008. He goes, if you watch any sports, which teams are your favorite in the 4 big leagues? For the NFL, my favorite team is the New York Giants. For the MLB, my favorite team is the Boston Red Sox. For the NHL, I guess, is one of the 3. It would probably be the New York Rangers. Either them or the Winnipeg Jets. One of those 2 teams. And as far as basketball is concerned, I don't really watch, but I've always been a fan of the Lakers, and that's only because when I started watching basketball as a kid, Shaq was on the Lakers, and I loved Shaq, and when he left, I just kept on liking the Lakers, so the Lakers would be my pick. SportsGuy528 also asks, what inspired you to do LPs? I already answered this. NCS was probably the guy who, if I had to give a name, Nintendo Capri Sun, his videos kind of inspired me to go for it, more than any other person. But a lot of the inspiration came from just wanting to do it myself, because I thought that, I would be good at it and that I would have fun with it. Question number 4 goes, which high school you attend in New Jersey, as I'm in the Garden State myself? I go to Roxbury High School. And he also asks, what are your top 5 Nintendo series of all time? My top 5 Nintendo series would probably go Legend of Zelda. And I guess you're talking first party, because I could probably, I could say Mega Man, and I could say a bunch of, other stuff. But I would say number 1 would be The Legend of Zelda. Number 2 would be Mario. Number 3 would be... number 3. What would number 3 be? I'm going to say Metroid. I'm going to say Metroid would probably be number 3. Number 4 would probably be Kirby. And number 5 would be... I don't know. First party Nintendo things. I don't know, that's tough, because I don't know what you're considering. I guess Pokemon. Pokemon would probably... I'd probably put Pokemon as number 3 then. Because it's like, I don't know, sometimes the lines between first party, second party, and third party get kind of blurred. Because I know Mega Man was originally like a Nintendo thing, and then, now it's kind of a multi-platform thing, so I wouldn't really consider that a Nintendo franchise at heart. And, you know, Pokemon's technically a second-party series. You know, it's not a first-party Nintendo. And then you have, like, a series like Earthbound, which I guess is technically just, or Mother, not Earthbound, which is technically, you know, strictly Nintendo. But I don't know. I'm just going to go with the 5 that I said for now, just because it's convenient, and I don't want to spend any more time on this, because I'm confused as is. But those would probably be, you know, some of the top 5. The next question that he asks... oh, wait. The next basic question comes from D1995B. Question number 1 is, you say you live in New Jersey, but what part? I live in Old Bridge, New Jersey, so I was just curious. I seem to have a lot of fans in New Jersey, which is actually pretty funny. I live in Roxbury, Morris County. I think I answered this already, you know, a few times, but I live in Roxbury, Morris County. 2 is, do you care for the Sonic Hedgehog series at all? If so, what is your favorite game in the series? I am actually a huge fan of the Sonic the Hedgehog series. I love all the games that I've played except for Sonic 06. And if I had to give my favorite, I'd probably say it's Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I really like Sonic the Hedgehog 3, although Sonic Advance 1 is really fun, and I also really enjoy Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. So those would probably be my 3. I'm really excited for Generations. I can't wait to finally get my hands on a copy of that. Question 3 is, are you thinking of doing a tryout to The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword with Caboose and Shadow Mario Guy? And I'll say flat out no. I don't ever plan on LPing Skyward Sword. I've been playing it, and I've been enjoying the hell out of it. I think it's really good. But I don't think it needs to be LP'd. Just because of the way that the game is played, and I don't know, I don't feel like it needs to be LP'd, and unless I didn't have to play while commentating, or I did post-commentary, those would be the only 2 ways that I would ever do that game. And even then, I'm not a big fan of doing post-commentary LPs, so I would not probably do that anyway. And as far as like not playing, that's half the fun of doing an LP, is playing the game. So yeah, I don't think I'll ever do Skyward Sword. So yeah, probably not. Number 4 from him is, I was thinking about wrestling for my high school, but no entirely sure. I guess he said don't know I'm not entirely sure. What's your suggestion? I watched a video saying that you wrestle. I'd say go for it. I mean, you might want to be in some sort of physical shape, but I mean, even if you're out of shape, like, wrestling will whip you right into shape. I don't know. I personally love wrestling. I'm so glad that I decided to do it in 8th grade, and it's become like a huge part of my life, and I've met a lot of, I've gotten really close with a lot of my team members, so I would say go for it, especially if you're not doing anything after school, anything else. I would definitely recommend it. I think it's fun, and even if you don't, make varsity, and you're not, like, really good at it, if you like physical, contact sports, you can't really get better than that. And question 5, and the last question I'm going to answer in this video, is, if you played it, what is your opinion of The World Ends With You for the Nintendo DS? And I've never played it, so I can't really give it an opinion. So, sorry. But that does it for questions in this video. In the next video, we will answer some more. And I'm thinking that we're probably going to have like 2 or 3 more episodes of this. Maybe a 4th, but I'm not 100% sure. But until the next episode, I'm Paper Mario Guy of the Koopa Ninja Bros, and I thank you very much for watching, so see you next time.